Hello YouTube! Today on the Naughty Librarian, I'm bringing you a little fantasy book haul. So many cool books have come out recently, and some of them are pre-orders, some of them sent to me by the publisher, some of them I just treated myself with. So basically, I've gone a little crazy. I'm very excited for all of these. Let's just get into it. These are some new cool fantasies I'm super excited about. Sent to me by the publisher, I got Blood Scion by Deborah Falae, and this one sounds so cool. This comes out March 8th, so it's already out, and it's so, I love it. I love it so much. We're following Sloane, right? And she's a Scion, which means she's a descendant of one of the Orisha gods, in particular, a fire god. So she can just incinerate people, right? However, the people in charge, like the government, I guess, or the leaders or whatever, not cool with that. They're killing off Scion, so she has to hide her abilities, and basically she gets conscripted into their army, and she's like, I got it, I'm gonna hide my abilities, I'm gonna rise through the ranks, I'm gonna get to the top, I'm gonna take him out, I'm gonna save the day. However, by doing all this stuff, she's kind of might be becoming the monster that she doesn't want to be. So it's gonna be a lot of internal conflict, a lot of fire stuff, and I'm so into it. It sounds dark and fantasy driven, and I'm so into it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to read it. So thank you to the publisher for sending it to me. I also got a whole bunch of my pre-orders that came in, and in particular, the Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. Now, this was pre-ordered, and it comes out towards the end of March. However, it came up for Book of the Month Club, and I was like, well, if I can get it early, I'm gonna do that. So I got it early. I'm very excited. The thing I love about Simone St. James is that there's always a ghost, and I love it. They're real ghosts, not the metaphorical ghosts of my past. No, there's some ghosty shit going on, and I'm way into it. So, indicative of her style, there's dual time periods, and in this one, we're dealing in 1977 with a woman named Beth, right? There was this big murder, and she was a suspect, and ultimately she was acquitted of it. So jump forward to the present-ish time, and we are following this woman named Shay. She is, she's just kind of working a desk job during the day, but at night she runs a true crime podcast, and she's she runs into Beth one day, and she's like, oh, I know who this lady is. Can I interview you? And Beth's like, okay. Mind you, Beth has been a recluse for 30, 50 years, so it's a weird situation that she's like, okay, I'll talk to you. So I don't know how creepy this is gonna get right away. So, and they end up spending a lot of time together, interviewing and stuff, but apparently there's something spooky at her house. I'm assuming ghosts, and I love it. So I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm so excited to read it. I love them. I love a good ghosty book. Also pre-ordered, I have Extasia by Claire Legrand. Now, when Claire Legrand writes horror, it's so good. Oh my gosh, I loved Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. It was one of my favorite books of the year. Might have been my favorite book that year. I think in 2019 it came out. Whenever that came out, it was my favorite book of the year. It's so incredible. So, horror, Claire Legrand, again, yes, give it to me right now. And this one, it's a little vague about what exactly is happening, but there is, I don't know if it's a real world or a fantasy world. So there's this girl, her name's Extasia, right? And she is now one of the saints of this town. And essentially they choose these women, and they do something to them, and they fight evil monsters who kill men. And I'm not exactly sure what's going on with it, because they're always so kind of spooky lyrical stuff, and there's probably gonna be demons that they gotta fight, and it's gonna be so spooky, and I'm I love it. I want a spooky book, and Claire Legrand, chef's kiss of spookiness. I'm so excited for it. It's very vague what it's about. I don't even care. I just knew horror and Claire Legrand, and that's all I needed. Also, my pre-order came in for Gallant by V.E. Schwab, and oh, this one is if A Secret Garden was horror. I'm so into it. So we're following this girl, Olivia, right? All her life, she has been looking for home, so to speak. And all she has is her mother's old journal, and it's always talking about this place called Gallant, and you should never go to Gallant. One day a letter shows up saying, hey, want to come to Gallant? And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go, because reasons. And so she goes, she meets her last remaining family members, and they're like, hey, none of us sent you that letter, but I guess you could stay. And so she ends up staying, and there's a lot of spooky things about this house. Like, there's this door that you're never allowed to open. Where does it go? What happens behind the door? What's gonna go on? Probably something spooky. I don't know. Maybe another realm? Who knows? I just know it's V. Schwab, and they're writing like fantasy, maybe with a dash of spookiness. I feel like it feels very fairy tale like. And also, I didn't know there was gonna be so much like art in it. And also, it's a weird shape. It's extra wide, but like probably about the same height as normal books, but it's like wider. So that's like gonna be weird on my shelf. But yeah, there's a lot of like ink blotty art in here and like journal entry pages and stuff. So I am very excited for it. It's going to be very cool to read. I think I definitely want to do this with audio, because I feel like audio with all the spookiness of like a voice and maybe sound effects and then all the pictures and stuff, I think it's going to go together really well. So definitely excited for this one. It's going to be super cool. I got a copy of Anatomy, a Love Story by Dana Schwartz, and this one, so creepy. Love. So we're following this girl Hazel, right? And she just wants to be a surgeon. That's what she wants to do. And then eventually she gets kicked out of medical school because they find out, hey, you are a woman. La la la, you can't be here. And she's like, listen, like, I'm smart and stuff. When you thought I had a penis, you guys were all cool with me. So like, I'll make you guys a deal. Like, hey, if I can pass the exams on my own, I'll be allowed to like keep coming to school here, because it means I obviously am smart and stuff. And eventually they're like, okay, fine, whatever, go ahead, pass your tests. And the thing is, like, it's really hard to do that when you have no lessons or formal study materials, because what she needs to study with, she needs corpses. So she meets this guy, Jack. And wouldn't you know, Jack digs up corpses for a living. I don't know if he's a grave robber or something else, but like, he's like, hey, you need corpses? I got corpses. But there's also some weird stuff going on around town. Like, a lot of people are going missing, and there's like a sickness going around, and like, it's I don't know, the world around them is sketchy. So there's corpses and medical schools and like sketchy stuff. So, you know, romance. Really into this one. I just want creepy books. I got so many creepy things today. Yet another creepy book I picked up is Summer Suns by Lee Mandello. And this one, again, I mean, there's bones on the cover of this. I just was in a creepy mood, I guess. So this one is Andrew and Eddie, right? They're best friends. They did everything together, except when Eddie leaves to go start like a graduate program. So 6 months go by, and Andrew's getting ready to move to the city to be with Eddie. And then, oh no, tragedy strikes. Eddie dies, and it's apparently a suicide. So there's mystery to be had here. So Andrew gets there, and he's searching for like what happened to Eddie. He finds out a lot of like dark, bloody, dangerous secrets involving family, involving Eddie, involving the life he was leading, and it all is going to add up to something. I don't know, but it's going to be creepy, and there's bones on the cover. I think there might be something a bit paranormal going on here. They mention phantoms in the blurb. I don't know if these are like metaphorical phantoms or like a literal phantom. I'm not sure yet because I haven't read it, but I am very excited for it. I also got a copy of The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake, and you know what? I finally did it. I bought into the hype. Everyone's been talking about this book for months now. I'm a little late to the party, but I finally got a copy, mainly because they just released this new version and it has a bunch of cool art and stuff in it. Like, there's all this cool art. It's like a special edition hardcover. Very excited. So this is Dark Academia, and there's this school, right? Every year they only accept 6 of like the greatest magicians. So we have these 6 people who all have their own specific reasons for accepting such an offer, except they find out, oh no, wait, we're only going to take 5. You guys have to compete against each other now, and one of you is not going to come in. So it's going to be very high stress. People are not going to know who to trust. There might be backstabbing, there might be alliances, and there's going to be magic because it's Dark Academia, and there's like a literal magic school. So I'm very excited for this one. Again, it's very hyped. I've heard a lot about it, but not actually anything about the real plot. I've been very careful, so I've like hidden the plot for myself. I've hidden reviews for myself. I really want to read this one, and I got a pretty like hardcover copy. I'm very excited. Last up, I have a copy of Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie, and this one isn't necessarily spooky, but it does involve murder, so there's that. And I mean, there's not a lot to say about it because it's Agatha Christie, it's a classic, but also I mainly got it because this cover is so pretty. I love it, and the book of the month had it. I was like, yes, it's beautiful. Add on right now. Wanted it, so I got it. It is really pretty, and it's another one of those like closed circle mysteries. They're all on a boat on the Nile. Someone ends up dead. Someone on the boat did it, and it's up to Hercule Poirot to solve the crime and save the day. And he's probably going to be very arrogant about it. But I do want to read something else by Agatha Christie, and I figured, hey, this one came into my field of vision, and it's very pretty. So there you go. This is why I bought it. Alright, so those are all of my creepy new books I bought. I didn't really realize they were all creepy books until I started doing this video. Let me know in the comments down below, what's like a creepy thing in books that's like your thing? For me, I love a good ghosty story. What's yours? What's your creepy thing you like? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye!